Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgan 111, and welcome back to Lingo 2. Something that's in a shell, and I'd previously gotten a clue that it starts with A. I was out on a walk this morning, and something that you will see around here sometimes is an armadillo. They make a lot of racket when they walk around in kind of like forest leaf litter. There's still another shell thing. This one just has 7 letters. And I don't recall if I've ever gotten a hint for this one. It starts with a C. Like crabs, crustaceans. Something in a shell that starts with C. Like we already had crab. And yeah, it's just like typical things that you'd find in a shell. This probably is not the last thing, because I have a feeling after I build the 4 pillars, something else will happen. Do I have any idea what this could be? Not right now, so let's go somewhere else. I'm kind of in the mood to work on more of the hotshots puzzles over here, because they're fun. And so, let's go check out the Knock Knock Jokes. 20. 2020. The opposite. 2020 the opposite. Okay, I'm not sure I'm getting that one. Something twice gives us equal. So it's probably going to be a bunch of things that are repeated twice. As like a theme. Some kind of injury. Mistake. Something makes a sound, you do it twice and it means the same thing as a mistake. An error. An oopsie doodle. We had injury over here. So how is that related? Not immediately sure. A train makes what sound? Choo-choo. C-H-E-W. C-H-E-W. Choo-choo is a train sound. So that's a train makes the sound, so something makes a sound. We double that automatopoeia sound word, and it means a boo-boo. A ghost goes boo. Alright, a boo-boo is a mistake. And a boo-boo could be an injury when it's bigger, so this would just be boo, and so that's our little clue, okay. Dot dot, ellipsis, just 1 dot. And then turn it into 3 dots and you get an ellipsis. Sleeper, zzz. O, 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 ho, ho, ho is the sound that Santa makes, because this symbol means reversing the order of the letters. A pigeon makes a coo, cuckoo. Could be C-U-C-K-O-O. Cuckoo is a bird. An example of a bird. There's a cuckoo. Is there a tutu bird? Is there a moo-moo bird? What kind of bird is just like the same thing repeated twice? Kiwi is 2 different things. Kiki bird, Mimi bird, Nini bird. I think any might be some kind of bird. BB bird. Feedy dee dee. Dada. Fafa. Geeky gaga. Popo. Toto. Could be something that starts with a vowel. MM. LL. Let's take the first letter. Oh, a dodo, of course. Dodo bird. Alright. I probably could have come up with that if I spent more time. Rat. Rat, rat gives you tartar. And you reverse the letters. And so a mop twice gives you pom-pom. 2020. The opposite or the complement of it. Oh, 20/20 vision is perfect vision. So the opposite would be blind when you have the least perfect vision. And then something something means equal. 50/50 is an equal split. Oops, if I can spell. All right. And with that, I believe we solved this whole double knock-knock joke green hallway. And then there's also this one, and I wonder if it's going to unlock this door once we get it. Alfalfa minus a letter. Yeah. Alfalfa. Back minus part of a letter. Backpack. Teammate, since we're anagramming the second part. Crib, and then something that is in a crib, or no, is a type of crib, or a crib is a type of bed. Cribbed. Black, but then something that rhymes with black. A blackjack. There we go. Onto. Split in 3. On, nothing, and 2, possibly. On. Subtract 2 letters. I might be doing this wrong. TO. Subtract 2 letters. No, it wants onto, then split that in 3. So that could be like on, tune, to, or something like that. Would just give me tune, because I'm subtracting all the letters and the other things. Okay, that's kind of an odd way to do it, but onto, subtract out the on, subtract out the on, and you just get the ton in the middle. Or I said on, subtract out the to at the end. Anyway, upset. Take 2 letters, so there's up, setup, and set. Up, get rid of 2 letters, nothing. Setup, keep the whole word. Oh, and set, get rid of. Okay, so it's just setup. So this is a different way to anagram a word effectively by repeating it and then taking off the front and the end, and you end up just rotating the bits of the word around. CC, but one of them goes backwards grammatically in time, so it becomes seesaw. Sight, but something that means the same thing as sight. Sight, see. You go sightseeing when you're on a trip. Whip, whiplash. Grape, but something that's a type of grape. Or grape is a type of juice. Grape juice. Yeah, tin is a kind of metal, so a greater category than a grape. Grapefruit. There we go. Bitter. If you get sweeter, then it's bittersweet. Okay, those were all pretty straightforward. And I believe we solved all of them, and so is the store open? It is. And my reward is a smiley. I'll take it. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for an ending here, but I guess it's not an ending, but smileys are good. Let's see, this room is all done. We still have not completed this room. But I'm getting into much more mastery of all this stuff. So... the problem is I don't know what words this one is referring to. It could be referring to just the word hi, in which case... with a not in front of it... it's like not high though. So it could be low, it could be bye, it could be bye, or something like that. Bye, okay. And then don't follow, okay, BYE. Let's imagine it's BYE for a moment. then don't follow the instructions. What do you get from BYE when you don't follow the instructions? I'm not sure. Could also be low. You don't follow the instructions? And this was H and arm became harm. This one, I'm not sure how we figure it out. Riches is just wealth. And this one is probably read this sentence, something about harm and wealth. I'm guessing. And then it becomes some kind of wordplay. For some reason I'm thinking about harmless and more is here or whatever, and so less kind of would be an outside clue somehow, but that's not it. History repeats itself, ... dots were blue, and HI was blue. And we've got all these blue things. This is where we got our cyan H. This has two H's, this has two H's, this has two H's. Okay, so the blue is like, you need your two H's in order to solve this clue. So this is going to have two H's as well. Wealth. Could it be health? It is health. But... so... it's going to be something like W is H. Wish. Okay, so W is H on wealth. It gives you health. But then what's the thing about the harm here, and what is this? Could it be going backwards, like wish, harm, W is H, warm? It is. I'm not sure. I feel like I back solved rather than forward solved, and I feel like there is a way to forward solve this clue, probably. But we did solve the entire room. And what would this... maybe the inverted thing over here. Usually you're looking at the words just to the left of it. Maybe this means look at the words to the right of it. That seems plausible to me. In which case I might have solved things in the kind of quote-unquote intended order. That seems plausible to me. So I think then everything in here is done, and so I don't need to come back to this whole hotshots area, but I'm going to take one last look just to make sure that nothing else has appeared. But we got another smiley. And so, yeah, I can move on. There's a bunch of places that we kind of got close to finishing, kind of maybe, but didn't always have the letters, and now I have all the letters. Did I look back in here? I know we finished all this, but a door could have opened up or something. Yeah, okay, let me take a look at my list of places that we could go back to. I had another instance when I woke up in bed this morning. For whatever reason, I was thinking about this. Callback. Call. What if this is flashback? And this is pushback. And so that's how we got push and flash. And so now all of these guys are solved. And there's still just an orange question mark here. And there's still this here, which presumably is going to be the final resting spot at the J. Because this was where we got the J in the jubilant. Okay, well, at least those clues are solved. Okay, this giant place of wordplay. Thousands, thous, and s. Don't follow the instructions, so don't and the s, you get thou. So what other kinds of things are going here? Linearly. Linearly. Not coming up with that one. Saddled. Saddled. S, add, led, sled. Li, near, ly, lily. Okay, I'm seeing it now. P add ing, and then do it again. Pinging, which means the same idea would just be bradding? No, bring add ing. But it's just burr adding. Yeah, burr adding. Or burr something else ing. Like this was p add ing, and then we add ing again. Here I want burr, I want to add ing and add ing again. But instead of add, can I say near, add, and branding. Burr and ing, and then and the ing again. Okay. Immature. And what do we have going on here? L in eagle, re-indite. So the in kind of thing. So we're putting something in something twice and getting immature. What would we be putting in twice? Because there isn't anything that appears twice here. Well, there's two M's. But IHer, that's like miniature. M in IATURE. So put an M in IATURE and then do it again. Put two M's in IATURE and you get immature. Okay, great. So we got that whole row done. Getting better at these puzzles. All those are done. This backside is done. There's a boombox on the backside in here that I left behind before. Okay, old timer, hourglass. Plum aged as a prune. Emulate. An emulate egg. But going the other way, I guess. And a chicken going backwards in time is an egg. Okay, got it, got it. Over here, we have Geiger. And there's some kind of hint on the back that I should take a look at. Okay, boombox. This one, a stereo, is a boombox, right? Yeah. So a type of stereo is a boombox, and that is a hint for this. So something about stereo. Stereotype. A type of stereo is a boombox. It's a stereotype. Ah, type of writing. Okay. So on the back of the Geiger counter, what do we have? We had counter. A type of counter is Geiger. So it's going to be counter type. Or type counter. Counter type is a word, right? Counter type? Type of counter. Counter type. Counter category. Something counter. A Geiger counter is a type of counter. Type of counter. Counter. Counter type. Counter category. Counter. Does it start with the C? It does. Counterclockwise. If it were COUNTER, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more letters. Counter plus 7 letters. Or it could be something else that starts with a C and then ends in counter is the other possibility. We'll come back to that one, but that might be the last puzzle I have to solve in here. There's a couple more over here. Like able, but not unable. Sage. How are these similar? Sage means like wise, or something that's like unwise, but like that or something. Or like sage, sage like, sage like. Like Abel. Likewise. Likewise. Sage and wise. A word that's like wise is sage. Meaningfully, entirely. Okay, so it's just like reading the word as a definition. Don't read the word as a definition, so something's going to give us less. So meaningless. And the opposite of it, or don't do what it tells you to do, is more. Okay, so I think it's just the Geiger counter, and then that'll open a door. So let's get the Geiger counter figured out. Alright, I looked at a list of words that start with counter, and counter example is perfect. An example is also a good way to quantify what this thingy means. It did not... There's a little... Was that there before if I unsolved one of these? Geiger. Maybe that was there before. I didn't notice this little mark. It's kind of the not mark. Well, no, not exactly. It's just like a line. I'm not sure how to interpret that, and I wish I had noticed if it was there before. I guess when I'm reviewing video, maybe I'll be able to. There are a bunch of colors here. Like each set has like a different color, and I'm not sure if that's decorative or if it's meaningful. Like this color and this color, are they the same color? No, they're not the same color. It could be that we've associated a color with different types of wordplay, and I might need that information at some point. Yeah, because there was all these colors coming in. Let's count how many colors there were coming in, actually. White, black, red, blue, green, yellow, purple, orange. That was 8 different colors. There's more than 8 colors out here, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There were 15 colors going into here. Are there 15 different symbols? I don't feel like trying to figure that out right now. It might be worth it. Ooh. I think I'm gonna write down associations with colors in each of these things because I think it might be important. The black one, is this black or is this olive? There's a black door, there's a black mark here. The black, thought black was up at the front maybe? Maybe not. Was there black anywhere in here? I don't think there was black anywhere in here. The closest thing to black is this, which I feel is more like a forest green or an olive color. And this is definitely black. Okay, I'm gonna make some... I could come back here and make notes in the future. There might be a color association with different rules, and future Brian should work that out. I forgot there's still more to do in here, because I never finished when this was poetry. There's words in here I never finished, and possibly on the other side as well. Yeah, there's this. So, not pretty, right? And so one of them was ugly, which was the obvious one. And did I finish everything that was in here? It looks like I finished everything that was in this branch. But there's a second clue for not pretty. Let's leave this to come back to. I'm not sure if there also was one that was unsolved over here, and perhaps they're going to be similar. So if this was word, is this all solved? This one is all solved, so I don't need the other word. So all I need is another, and there's multiple clues here too. Typewriting poetry. Absorbed. Absorbed, how did it become bed? ABS or bed. Oh, it would have been abs as well. And abs, like, only partially did it or something, and then prim or dial, and so if this were dial, like when they're both like that, yeah, then it just opened the outside versus the inside. Okay, that's fine. So I did do the right thing here. So I want prim to get the left half of that door or whatever, and I want bed to get the right half of this door. So that's how we get into here. And so this was not there, was here. Pretty easy. Not pretty. It could be ugly or it could be something else. What would be... not pretty. Alright, I looked at a hint and it said stick the words together. Not pretty. No T pretty would be pray. P-R-E-Y. Here we go. Okay. Not better. So it can either be beer, like we just did, which opens that side, which is no T in beer, or not better is going to be best or worst or whatever. Not. So, not. Could be no T not is no, and then no not is yes. Or no, not no. It's not no. No T not is no. Not no is yes. Okay, that makes sense. This, okay, that's where I just came from. There's another thing other than this. Okay, so not better is, and it's suggesting a 5-letter word. Worst. Worse. That's makes much more sense. Not. Tablet. Not tablet. No T. Tablet is able. Not able is unable. Okay. I was previously unable to solve this puzzles, but I got a little hint on one of them. And now I think they're all done. So now, I think if I go back out to the end of the whatchamadoodle, by swapping these back to writing, then maybe out here it'll be done because I solved all the other puzzles. And it is. Okay, this opened up. I wonder if this was like a counter that was ticking down or something and I never noticed before. Jargon. Slang. Jargon. It's like slang niche vocabulary. Bleat. What makes the sound of bleat? A sheep, a ewe, a goat can also bleat, I think. Okay, so something goat. Jargon. Slang. What's another word for jargon? Words. Oh, of course. I'm playing a game. It's called Lingo. Took me a minute, but I came up with it. Lingo goat. Greatest of all time? Lingo goat. L in go. So that becomes gloat, because we're going to gloat about how clever we are, which is another word for Greg. And this is going to give me a smiley. Okay, I will take it. We are done with the symbolic. So, butterfly. I can fly twice as high. So, how a thing changes. A metamorphosis of the thing. knowledge. How does knowledge change? Through science? How does knowledge change? Let's get the first letter. L. And I think I tried language. Knowledge. How does knowledge change? Understanding, interpretation. La 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 la. Still not coming up with that. I think there's only one other clue in here. No, there's a game. I forgot about this one. Game. Game. How does a game change or evolve or metamorphosize over time? E. Starts with an E. Like, I don't think this is it, but like evolution is like the type of action we're trying to do with this symbol. We're trying to evolve and grow. A game. Something could start out as just a game and then like become like a competition in the Olympics or something, and like so it like evolves it. Or it could be like when you get to the end of a game, you get to the end credits. Some games are contests where there are winners and losers. Some games are about completion. And then science. What's our first letter in this one? Diagnostics, science. Science, how it changes over time. Science becomes... I'm still not understanding something there. I think those are the only three clues. Let me double check. Oh no, there's also still creature. That one starts with an M. A creature. Gene mutation. Creature could also be mutation, since they're opposite each other. Sure. And then we're back around to knowledge. With building and structure, construction is not so much how it changes, it's like the act of creation of the thing, or the act of making the thing, of building it up. But a lot of these are still kind of evolutionary kind of things, but like the creation of knowledge... The creation of science. Discovery? Discovery. Okay, science evolves through discoveries. Like, okay, I can totally see that word working. A game evolves through error reports, like a computer program. I've been doing some letter elimination, and I think I have at least one of them. How can a game evolve over time? You might get an expansion. Alright. And then with knowledge, I have L, and it's going to have an A-I-N-G-R. And a couple more letters. Learning. Learning. Okay. And there's a smiley. Okay, so we finished the butterfly. Hooray! Okay, maybe we can finish off the Sirenic, the upside down area. So... we have reading it upside down, which from that clue would look like Pip, unless it also looks like Bib. And then where is that thing found? Pip is found on dice, right? Like, didn't we already do this? Do. I don't remember what that was from. Oh, did became do. So this could be Pip or Bib. A Bib could be found on a baby. A Pip could be found in dice or in various fruits. If I get the first letter, it's an N. A did or a Pip found in neck. Sprang to mind for some reason. What's found in the neck? That could be Pip or did. Or bib? I guess a bib is hung around your neck. I guess that must be what it is. So a bib, where's a bib located? You hang it on your neck. Okay. Right, this was idea. It kind of looked like it this way. Here, if I either read it backwards or reflect it, and then add a stroke and add a stroke. Oh gosh. This could be a lowercase if I'm reflecting it backwards. This could be lowercase e, lowercase a. If I add a stroke, it could be an R, and add a stroke could be an L, Earl. Haha! Okay, got it. Great. That's everything on that wall. 6VO. Read it backwards or reflect it. That could be OVA. So an egg is an ova. Okay, great. Over here, from that point of view, it is KI and then like the start of something, I think. And then we're adding 2 letters. Is there a way to make this skill? I feel like I tried that before. Or kills, or kilns, or kilts. I feel like I've been here before. But I don't like this being an L, because it's not really an L. So if I'm looking at this, like flip it upside down, like turn your head so your right ear's on the floor, and then do that again. I get K, I, and then it's just part of a letter. And then I'm adding 2 letters to that. So this one, when I flipped it, sure, gave me kilt because I was reflecting it. This one's not reflecting it. There is like a brown K over here, kind of, but I don't feel like that's actually a thing. But it is going into, there's a brown HI here. And so this is saying, you know, what if you look somehow different? What's the first letter of this one? J. Really? And have I seen the partial symbol above the smiley face anywhere else in the entire world? There's also swims still on the ceiling, which reads both the same upside up and upside down. This one's just a joke. I feel like this one might help solve this one, so let's look at this one again. Okay, what's the first letter on this one? It starts with an S. So I like skill. What else could be? Could it be skits? Could it be swims? And could this one J? If it were SKI, Other than skill, like there aren't that many letters, or there aren't that many words with those letters, right? Swims. It's the same upside up and upside down. What if I take this, what if this is like part of a letter, and then if I get the other part of the letter, like it ends up making the O, and it ends up being like K-I-O-I-K or something. Kiosk, like it starts with an S though. Skill. Or swims. Something that's spelled the same when it's flipped somehow? Skirt. I did a bit of guessing. S-K-I, how do we get R-T? Those are the two letters I added. So this L, and why did it start with an S? Smiley face. Smiley face, so we're looking from there. Do we get that S somehow? Why is this skirt? I can see the K and the I. We added two letters. Could there be an R here? Like, there's not an R here. Unless the R got somewhat overwritten somehow, and it was the S and the T that we added. But I still don't understand that. S, K, and I are all letters. Well, no, the K and the I are. I was going to say that look the same upside up and upside down. No, that does, right? An S and an S, yeah. So R and T. So we have high. So these are the same letters that look the same up and down or something? But this one started with a J? Was the HI somehow used with this? Something still doesn't josh with me here. Alright, well, I've done a little bit of letter elimination. And looks like this is going to be either junk or jank. It does feel kind of jank. But I think this is going to be junk. It's junk. Junk. From high. It gives me a smiley. This feels very unsatisfying because I don't understand these last two clues. Junk. Is there anywhere to read? Like, I guess you could read this as a J. Is there anywhere else to read as a J? So this is telling me to inverse. Is there somewhere else that I can inverse and see the word junk somewhere that I haven't been looking? These are mostly repetitive, static kind of patterns. Then over here, all of a sudden, it gets much more jumbled. Is junk written in here somewhere? Like in the blacks or the browns or something like that? I don't see it. There's the K in brown. Is there an N? Oh, here's an N in brown. Here's the U in brown. And here's the J in brown. Okay. Okay, I understand that one now. So, okay, and high is just here to clue you that you're reading the brown on green rather than the other way around. Okay, so that actually makes sense. Skirt. Doesn't have that symbol and doesn't seem to be doing that. On this wall, I don't think there's anything with skirt. There's swims up here. I didn't get skirt, but in any case, we solved all the bits of this room and rewarded with the smiley, so I'm going to call it done. It occurs to me, I've got a whole bunch of smileys. Is there any chance that all those smileys make me charismatic so that I can go into the charismatic now? It's somewhere over here. Yeah, here. Charismatic. Apparently I am insufficiently charismatic to go in there. Feels like that's eventually going to turn into a place. Remind me, Symbolic, that's the one we just finished. And we just finished Sirenic as well. Impressive, is this the one where I need the green door open? Yeah, I would need color green. Return to the left, turn to the right. I can't remember if there's anything else over here. Let's take a look at that really quick. Control center. Green. Oops, come on. Green. Then return to the plaza. Then go into the impressive. And now this door is open. Where it said color green. There was a portal over there. This still seems to go nowhere. And this brings me where? It's one of the 4 rooms that we've already solved. So we've got 3 of the 4 rooms. And eventually we'll get the 4th, and it will help clue us into whatever that is. Okay. Anything else I can do to finish up the episode? I haven't finished reviewing all my video, but in Daedalus, I feel like I still have never successfully jumped into the 4 painting and been teleported somewhere. And so there's probably still something I have to do related to that. Also in Daedalus, there is this crazy place with the H's. And it still doesn't seem to open for me. And I'm just not sure what it is it wants me to do. I feel like these places drop off the letters, like there's 2 of them and they're larger. Maybe I would need to drop like the H and the I in these 2, possibly. Except, do I have in my notes anywhere that I think H and I final resting place would be? Yeah, I feel like I know where the I would go, so I'm not sure that that makes sense. And we tried putting the H here, because the H is all you can see in the painting. But that does not somehow make this door open. So yeah, I'm still not sure about that. I do still have a number of outstanding mysteries, but I'm starting to forget where else there might be puzzles, so I guess I'll need to do more reviewing at some point in the future. But yeah, we got a bunch of smileys. We finished off some areas. So I can really start whittling down the things that are still mysterious that are outstanding. So I guess look forward to that. I'm going to say that I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day. And I will see you again soon with more Lingo 2. For now, bye-bye.